So with the new Spider-Man freshman year series coming out, I wanted to talk about some other older Spider-Man shows. I talked about Spectacular Spider-Man. Now we're going to talk about Spider-Man, the new animated series. Now, if you don't know what this show is, this was the MTV Spider-Man series that was technically made for adults and was a companion piece to the Tobey Maguire movie. Now I say movie because yes, there's three movies, but when this show came out, there was only Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 2 had not happened yet. And so the show is kind of awkward in the sense that none of the characters really look or act like those characters from the movie, but they're supposed to be those characters from the movie. And it doesn't make sense within canon of those movies because the show is not in the same style as those movies, and a lot of the events of Spider-Man 2 are not touched upon in this show, nor would they make sense with the events of that movie. So it's a very awkward movie or series. It's 13 episodes long, and I will say, if you look up this show, the animation is bad. It wasn't bad for the time. It's bad now, but it was a really interesting direction-wise show when it came to action sequences and some of the effects and stuff. It just really didn't come together because of the fact that it was just really dated animation now, and I feel like even in the part of the day, it wasn't stylized enough to grab people's attention. So it led to this really awkward thing. But the actual episodes themselves are okay. They're honestly, rewatching this show. I've only seen this show once. It's kind of boring. Like, the only thing I got some fun out of is the voice cast. You got Neil Patrick Harris as Spider-Man. You got Rob Zombie in this as I think Lizard, if I remember right. I forget. Stan Lee does a voice in this. Kathy Griffin, Michael Clark Duncan, Eva Gina, a bunch of different people in this show doing really cool voices. But I just felt like none of the episodes were that interesting. I was mostly just bored throughout all of them. I didn't feel like I cared about the characters. And I think a lot of it is the animation. I feel like if the animation was better, this show would be a lot easier to stomach. And it's also, I'd say this show is for adults, but it's not really for adults. Like, your kid can watch it. They just say, like, damn once or twice in the show or some shit. It's just like, okay. Yeah, and this show aired on MTV. It got canceled very quickly. That's why there's only 13 episodes. It's not really streaming anywhere. It used to be on Disney Plus, I believe. I could be wrong about that. It's not anymore. I got this DVD off of Amazon. They don't print this DVD anymore, but Amazon sometimes has out of print Blu-rays and DVDs that they just have like backups in stock. That if you want it, go ahead and order it. So I ordered this $10, and I forget how long ago I ordered this, but I'm pretty sure that you can still buy this. If not, I'm sure you could find this used pretty cheap from an eBay seller. Like, this isn't. It may become hard to find in a few years, but right now it's pretty cheap to find. For the people who grew up with this show's interesting. There's a reason that this show doesn't really get talked about anymore. I just thought it was an interesting thing to talk about with you guys, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about. So let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.